when you live in Cambodia with US dollars or US salary, there is no comparison. And every day I feel blessed. I wake up blessed that I got to grow up in America. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I can't do my walk and talk videos outside because it's raining, so I'm just gonna do it in here at the gym. If you click this video, it's not by accident. It's because you're like me. You love Cambodia, or you're interested in coming and you want to find out more information. Coming here is actually very easy, unlike Vietnam, where you have to apply for your e-visa at least a week in advance, at least, but I recommend 2 weeks in advance and pay about $50 to $60. Cambodia has visa on arrival, which is fantastic. You just come in to Phnom Penh. I gotta start saying Phnom Penh. You come into Phnom Penh, and then you could just apply for the visa on arrival. And then when you walk outside of the airport, because it's very tiny, make sure you get your SIM card. Very, very important, guys. For 1 week stay, you can get pay $6 to $7 and you'll get like 30 gigabytes. I just pay the 100 gigabytes because I'm a content creator, so I need to have extra gigabytes. And also when I'm working out, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and there's so many YouTube videos about Cambodia, from the tourists, things to do in Cambodia, and living in Cambodia. I kind of watch them all because it's just a different perspective from different type of people, right? So, question. Someone asked me, how come I don't do more food videos? It's because as much as I love food, I also love health. And I don't want to be just this big dude just eating a bunch of shit, right? Because I promote a healthy lifestyle, balanced lifestyle. So I try to eat as healthy as I can. Every now and then, of course, you know, I'll splurge, but I don't want my channel to be just food, so that's why I don't do it. But occasionally I will, because you know it's Cambodia and I gotta introduce you to the Cambodian food, so I don't mind. One thing about the food here that I noticed right away since I've been here is, if you're trying to lose weight, come to Asia. There's no chemicals in the food, no antibiotics injected, or whatever they inject in the animals. So everything here is just organic, to say the least. And right away, just being here for like 2 months, man, I started leaning out, 6-pack is coming back out. But at the same time, it's because I'm putting in the work. Really quick, let me show you my home office, my studio office. This is the yoga mat. I do my 1,000 crunches every day. And this is my setup for when I edit these videos in this beautiful facility. I love it here because I got the gold membership, and it's so private down here, you know? So it's quiet. Not that there was a lot of people anyways, but it's just super quiet. How many of you guys like boxing? They got all your gears here. You got your punching bags, face mask, got this beautiful ring, got some punching bags you can just punch and kick, and then you got your dumbbells and you know your all the stuff that you need to get a good workout. And then normally is here, beautiful old lady. She takes care of the floor. I talk to her every day, but I can't find her today. I think she has her day off, so I don't know. But before I forget, I want to thank each and every one of you who subscribe to my videos. I just appreciate it, man. The last couple of videos got so many good traction, you know. I got 32 more followers, which is whoa, super cool, right? And I just need 12 more to get to 500, because you know, the more subscribers you get, start to unlock the potential and the more things I can do. Like I want to start doing a live stream, right? Can't do that yet. And so I think everything will happen in due time, but most importantly, I just want to give you a perspective from a person that's from Los Angeles, now living in Cambodia as an Asian man. Yeah, you heard it right, as an Asian man. It's hard to be a man in today's modern world, especially, you know, when it comes to making money, family, the list goes on and on. It's just hard. But there's things that you can do to just give you the best chance to live your life to the fullest, right? So one thing that you can always do is take care of your health, man. Look, if you want that beautiful wife, that beautiful girlfriend, the beautiful significant other, do you think they're gonna want a fat and lazy person that doesn't know how to provide, that doesn't know how to make money? You'd be kidding yourself, man. So just like us guys want a beautiful girl, they low-key want a provider. That's the short answer. So get up your lazy butt, go put in the work. You're always gonna feel better, because what you do becomes who you are. It becomes your identity, okay? So if you just wanna be at home, smoking weed, playing video games, doing all that nonsense, that's not gonna help you outside of your house, your room. I know mental illness is a big thing. We all go through it. I even get depressed. But you know what? Even when I'm sad, I wake up and I show up and I come put in the work. And, you know, once I leave the gym, I just feel better. I feel stronger. I love the way I look when I put on clothes. And you know what? When you're in that crowd of people, in that sea of people, you just stand out, man. People can just tell right away, like, man, this brother works out. And, you know, feeling good in the inside and just having it, you know, having it, what I'm trying to say is, when you feel good in the inside and the outside matches your inside, man, nothing's gonna stop you in this world. Nothing is going to stop you in this world. So being an Asian man, you know, one thing Asian guys we have is our brains, right? You know, our ability to just put our head down and put in the work, right? But then society, when it comes to like the dating market and stuff, society puts us at the bottom. I didn't make it like that. That's just how it is. So instead of playing into the stereotype and being seen as a weak Asian person, guy, hit the gym, okay? Learn to be more aggressive when talking and less passive. Meaning there's a difference between aggressive, not being shy. There's a huge difference. So don't take it as aggression as like fuck everybody, right? But literally fuck everybody, but in your mind. But outside, you know, respectfully, right? So do those two things, man. Learn how to talk, because they say a mouth that's closed don't get fed. If you want something, speak up. If you see something wrong, speak up, right? Speak up. One thing that I noticed that's different between being an American and being Cambodian here in Cambodia is that here, you know, it's very passive, and maybe that's just an Asian thing. Like we just keep to ourselves, mind our business, which is cool. It's needed. But when I'm here and I see something wrong, like people throwing trash or doing something like crazy, I just speak up respectfully. Maybe when I do speak up, it rubs people the wrong way, and sometimes they feel like they want to fight me, but then they see me and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna mess with this dude. He probably knows kung fu and boxing and all that MMA stuff, and he'll probably F me up, right? But it's not that. I love this country so much, and what makes a country beautiful, it's cleanliness, right? So how clean it is, because everybody wants to go to a place where it's nice and clean and not grimy, right? And you know, when I do these videos, I want to show you Cambodia, because are there grimy places? Yes, but that's because it's very poor, you know. But even the places that I've been to that's poor was still relatively pretty decent clean. Like, it's just the aesthetics kind of looks rough, but you know, for the most part, Cambodia is very clean. And I talked to a brother yesterday, and it's just education here, lack of education and opportunity that makes Cambodia, you know, where it's at. But then also I think about how the US picks and choose, you know, who they want to help, right? And you know, there's a lot of things that go behind that in itself, because you know, I love to think that America is this great country that wants to help everybody. They do, and they will if there's something in return. And that's just the business side of it, right? No one's gonna invest in something and not get a return, and we got to understand the difference. So that's why we're having a huge issue with China at the moment, because America's feeling like we're getting the short end of the stick. So the president's trying to do his best to bring back work in America. So he's putting on these tariffs, you know, to promote American growth, to promote like, hey, if you have money and you're thinking about having a business outside of America, you know, he's like, hey, no, I'm gonna tax you. So to promote, how do I say this? He's kind of, I guess, bullying you to say, hey, if you dare to open your business factories outside of the US, I'm gonna tax you. But if you open it in here in America, it helps Americans, and you know, he's not gonna tax you. So that's what he's trying to do, right? In a nutshell. But then I think about, even if we have the factories here in the US, how many people are gonna like, yeah, hire me, I'm gonna go back to the factory, I'm gonna work a blue collar job, the fabric of American society in the 50s, 60s, where factories are here. We were making stuff and people were working in these factories and those kind of jobs. We're just at a different place now, and I don't think Americans are gonna line up to work in these factories, especially when robotics are entering the scene and the machines are doing all the work now. So we're in like this weird spot, right? All the jobs that we have now are in the next 5 to 20 years are gonna be non-existent with the emergence of AI and all that stuff. So that's something to think about. And I remember hearing the GoPro CEO saying, you gotta evolve or die, okay? If you don't evolve with the things that are going around, you're just gonna fade away, man. You're just gonna, you know, die, basically. Die financially, die spiritually, die mentally. And that's the things I fight with every day. Try to grow, try to be better, try to see what's new, right? And it's kind of hard here in Cambodia to see what's actually new, and you're so disconnected from the rest of the world. But that's where technology comes in, right? I watch my YouTube and stuff, so I try to keep with the times, because that's important, you know. To understand what's going on in Cambodia, I need to understand what's going on globally. And one of my favorite subjects in school was economics and history. Those are my two. History, I love history because you gotta know what happened in the past. So 1, it doesn't happen again. 2, to avoid the mistakes. And then economic, you got to know supply and demand, right? Because everything is connected now. We are geopolitically connected more than ever. So getting rid of China, sounds good on paper, but that's not easy to do because they're the world's factory. They build everything, and the cost of them building things are a lot cheaper than if we would bring it back to the States. So I don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but it's there, and that's something to think about. But let's go back to talking about Cambodia. Man, when you live in Cambodia with US dollars or US salary, there is no comparison. And every day I feel blessed. I wake up blessed that I got to grow up in America, right? Got the opportunity I have that America has provided. And I know I talk so much crap about America sometimes, and it's because I love America. I expect better, right? And I'll give you an analogy. LeBron James, they expect so much of him, they expect so much from him, because when you at the top, when you're the great, there's nothing less, right? And you can talk bad about him, you can have your opinion about him, but the level, the floor we set for greatness, you can tell he gets a lot of flack. So when I talk about America, it's because America in my heart is number one, and there's a lot of things we can improve on. And as a taxpayer, I feel like I can't talk about America. I pay taxes, so I can't talk about America. And when I talk about America, it's because I'm like you. Why aren't our streets fixed? Why do we have so much crime? And why do we send so much money to every foreign countries when we need the money back in our country? That's just me. That's just what I see. That's just what I feel. But I can't control that. All I can control is me. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna put out that good energy, I'm gonna keep making these videos, and hopefully inspire some of you guys to come visit Cambodia. Or if you're like me, you just love and miss Cambodia, so you're just like watching anything and everything about Cambodian. You just want to watch it. So I feel eventually, the more videos I do, in the future, I want to create a community. So if you guys think about living here or want to visit Cambodia, I will have a meetup and greet up, and then we can just sit and talk, and hopefully I can connect you to people, that can get you on your way. I think that is needed. I think the world needs to be more connected than divided at the end of the day. So I want to thank each and every one of you for liking and subscribing while I take my little walk, get my steps in, and then go downstairs and work out. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you, Bang Bon Tan Aknia. I wish I could speak more Cambodian. I will, but my Cambodian is not the best. But every day I'm trying to learn one word. So I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care of yourself. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm living here, so ask me. Hear from my mouth to your ears, okay? Take care, guys.